It was a surprisingly uneventful day on Wall Street, although there was no shortage of bad news between the nation's largest bank collapse, Washington Mutual, and the ongoing but far from resolved government talks of a bailout plan. Amazingly, Wall Street barely flinched.
I mean, when we heard there was no deal, we thought for sure the market would be down 500 points. Actually, coming in this morning, the futures were down over 200 points, so we were looking at really down about 300 points on the opening. But everything's been really pretty surprising, pretty calm in there.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average bounced up and down a bit before closing up 121 points at 11,143. The broader indexes were mixed. The Standard & Poor's 500 index rose 4 points to 1,213, and the Nasdaq fell 3 points to 2,183. The markets are on standby right now, carefully awaiting the verdict on the estimated $700 billion bailout plan. As politicians return to Capitol Hill to hammer out the much-debated plan, credit markets remain frozen.
The financial systems are just plain backed up right now. Nobody's willing to loan to anybody else. And until we get a deal in place, it's hard to see how they're going to right themselves. If we knew there was going to be no deal, we'd probably be seeing things going on in the private sector. But as long as that deal is pending at the federal level, nothing's going to happen.
Lawmakers say Congress plans to remain in session and work out the details of the plan, even if that means working past recess. Although investors are going home for the weekend, Congress isn't. Government officials plan to work through the weekend to bang out the details on this bailout plan, and that's vitally important to Wall Street. Although the markets have managed to stay afloat amid this indecision, the trading volume has been very, very low, meaning that investors have been staying out of the markets, and they're waiting to see what happens. In New York, Bonnie Ghosh, The Associated Press.